Kia ora, no mai, haere mai. Welcome to Mercury Bay Park Arena in Tauranga. It is the last game of the day, I should say, day one, WRC 1. It is dsport from Wellington taking on Auckland Rhinos. My name is Bevin Jenkinson of Bev's Broadcasting. Yet again, I will be your cameraman and your commentator. Just under 2 minutes to go in this before we tip off. The referee for this one is Hunter Corson and Jenny Jones-Poole. Congratulations to Jenny. She's just been announced as the new head official for New Zealand Wheelchair Rugby. Big thanks to the arena for allowing us to have the tournament here. Sometimes it can be hard to find gyms that will allow wheelchair rugby to take place just because of the course of it. Going on as well is the Health Vision Festival of Disability Sport. Big thanks to the sponsor there. It's McFall Fuel. Proudly supporting our communities is their slogan. In terms of NZWR, New Zealand Wheelchair Rugby, they would like to extend their thanks to these companies for their continuous support. Melrose for their chairs and gear. Lynn River for the equipment for their supply of gloves. DG Sport for their uniform, and Dylan's Creative for their social media work. So it looks as though Auckland will be running Nathaniel Nafi, Hayden Barton Coates, and Levi. While dsport will be running Gavin Rolton, Michael and Christopher Barry, and Tyler Jennings.
Hey, you've got to be prepared for everything. You've got to be prepared for everything. Yep, everything. You just.
I know. But hey, if I've got to read the like.
Tomorrow.
Sorry. Auckland Rhinos, they start off with a try there to Levi Mihaka. dsport with the ball now. Michael gives it off to Christopher. Both Barrys just get inside the half. Actually, no, they don't. It was just inside their back half, and they got 12 seconds to get it over. And that's what the violation's been called. Pleasure to have your company for WRC. I see Francis Schilder. Hopefully I've got your name right there, Francis. I know I talked to you in Wellington last year, but hopefully I've got your last name right. Tuning in, supporting dsport. Mihaka. Off to Hayden Barton Coots with that long-reaching arms that he has. And he's trying to get round. dsport gives it off to Nafi Lafono. And it's 2-0 to Auckland Rhinos. 30 seconds into the first period. Jennings with ball in hand. Going through. First WRC he's played in a couple of years, he was saying. Gets some work there from one of the Barrys. And he puts dsport Wellington on the board. Levi Mihaka gets it off to Barton Coots. Long ball down to Nafi Lafono. And he makes it back to a 2-point ball game. All there to Jennings. dsport having lost their previous game today. Auckland have gone 1 win, 1 loss. They lost against Canterbury Chargers. We're currently playing DG Sport Waikato Stampede. 17 seconds left on the try clock for Jennings. And D Sport looking at his options. Asking the Barries to do some work. 7 seconds on the try clock. Gets the ball off to the Barries, back to Rolton, who goes over backwards. And again, doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you get at least 2 wheels over the try line. Right on the buzzer too. 3-2 ball game. Rhino still in front. Hayden Barton Coates. And it's a fallen player down in back play. Hayden Barton Coates turned around so that play could stop, so it can be 4 players. Nafi Lafono has fallen over. There's an equipment call from Auckland. Minute for the equipment, but I believe Auckland might be using one of the timeouts. It's Nafi Lafono is trying to sort himself out okay. Over in the other court, DG Sport Waikato Stampede currently leading 4 over Canterbury Chargers 3. Undefeated teams. Canterbury have gone 2 from 2, while Waikato have won their solitary game. Reminder about the format this year of WRC. The bottom are trying to read my own notes here. The top 4 teams from the 5 teams that are competing: dsport, Wellington, Auckland Rhinos, Waikato, Canterbury, other 5. So the top 4 will battle it out at WRC 2 for the title, while the team that finishes 5th after this weekend will take on Manawatu, Otago, and the Invictus New Zealand Wheelchair Rugby team. It is back underway, and Auckland score, and they'll be for the Division 2 title. It's 3-2 now, 6 minutes 14 left in this first period. Tyler Jennings going far side. Gets a good hit there from Hayden Barton Coates. Jennings gets the ball ripped off him. And the ball will go to court. And it's there with Christopher Barry is Nafi Lafono. Still having to sort himself out. He took a bit of a tumble in back play, so I didn't quite see him go over earlier on. Now Michael has it. Michael Barry. And gets over. 4-3 now. Auckland Rhinos in front. 5 minutes 48. Ball down to Nafi. Finding some pace. As you can hear Coach Joe White seeing some good patience shown by his team. There with Michael Barry. Flings it over to his brother Chris. He will give it back to his brother. And try scored. Yes, Chris has fallen over. So in referee's time at the moment, get to see Tutu Tairi tuning in, supporting Auckland as well. Just a bit of discussion going on with referees at the moment. Auckland Rhinos taking on Waikato, which will be the last game tomorrow live streamed. While dsport, I haven't actually written down my notes properly. Hopefully, if you're affected by the floods in Auckland and the Cyclone Gabriel, that you're doing okay now, or as best as you can. I guess it's no try being called. So clarification is sent over to the bench, school bench. (5-3) Auckland currently leading 5 minutes 25 in the first period. Barton Coots with a give and go with Mihaka. Mihaka gives it off back to Barton Coots. Side wheel past Tyler Jennings and scores Auckland 6-3. Jennings has ball again. And timeout is called. Some good defensive work there from the Auckland side. Time was running away. You can see in the background there, 31 seconds of the 40 allowed. You've got to get 12 over halfway. So they'd use 9. And Christopher gives it off to Tyler. Tyler, a good hit from the funnel, and Barton Coots gets the pass away anyway. Here with Michael Barry, and gets a call of a timeout right on the halfway line. If he had gone back over, it would have been a backcourt violation and a turnover. So good use of those 4 timeouts there from dsport. Can hurt you later on in the day though. Jennings says it. Goes far side, just weaving around Mihaka. Gives the ball off to Rolton. Got the key there, and unlucky, no try. Ball was out of court. And there'll be an inbound there to Auckland Rhinos. 4 minutes 30 left. First period. 6-3 the score. The final. Inside his own key. Doesn't really matter though. Barton Coots with the one hand and the hit on Michael Barry will score. Tends to make it look comfortable at times. Now, apologies if I get this name right, but I see Matiapo Tairi was tuning in, another Auckland supporter. Jennings says it. I am aware that the screen is just still fluttering, sorry folks. As Lapono goes over. And Barton Coots will race away and score the try. It's 8-3 now, 3 minutes 54 on the clock. No, I missed it, sorry. Peter Martin, who's just come on court for dsport. Gets around a good whack there from Lafono. And Mihaka off to Michael Barry. Good stop there from Hayden Barton Coots, but Barry scores anyway. Mihaka, him down. Off to Lafono. They've got plenty of options, this Auckland. Both players getting a bit mixed up between themselves. All down there to Mihaka. And it's a backcourt violation. Once you entered the front court with the ball in possession, you can't enter the backcourt if you like your basketball. Works the same way. So dsport have it in their backcourt. Off to Martin. Pete Martin. Now there with Michael Barry. Michael going and gets around Mihaka and scores dsport's fifth. 8-5. Barton Coots responds kindly, pretty much straight away. On the other court, the game that you can see in the background, Canterbury Chargers leading 9 over DG Sport Waikato Stampede 8. Martin trying to get some support. He'll bunt it down court. Is it going to fall with dsport? It won't. It'll trickle out of court and it will stay with Auckland. Let us know if you've got any comments or questions, folks, in the comments. I do have them open, so we'll get round to them when I can. There's Lafono scores, takes Auckland to double digits. 10-5 with 2 minutes 26 on the clock in the first period. Chris Barry asking for the inbound. To be the inbounder. Peter Martin. Seasoned veteran. And Barton Coots gets his way in the hand. His hands in the way. Picks it up. He will coast over. $11-5 now. Michael Barry swinging around asking Peter Martin to screen. Barton Coots gets off him. And just gets his hand in the way. Shows the ability and why he's the wheel black. And scores Auckland's 12th. Here with Michael Barry. Against the bounce. And tries to find a way through. Can't. And got the ball over the top of Hayden Barton Coots, or as John O'Farr from Australia likes to say, HBC. But the ball just not going into Peter Martin's lap. Barton Coots with it. Gives it a couple of good pushes. Down to Mihaka. Lafano juggling it. It's a loose ball. It's turnover. Rolton's picked it up. Giving Rolton the 0.5. Stolen back again from Auckland. And Mihaka scores his 6. 13-5. Good to see David Dewhurst watching again. Commenting again on H's big reach that he has. Michael Barry scores. I must say, in the few games that I've played, I've only ever lost one tip-off. Go figure that that was Hayden. The photo with a good catch. Off to Barton Coots. And it's 13-6. 28 seconds left in this first period. Oh, Barton Coots just gets his arms in the way. Winding down the clock. Jordan, are you going back up? Yeah. And Mihaka, ball in hand. Makes it 14-6, 5 seconds left. Christopher Barry off to Peter Martin. It's loose. Picks it up. Doesn't matter though. That is the end of the first quarter. Auckland Rhinos leading 14 over dsport 6. Back in 2 minutes, folks, with the audio. All right, welcome back to Mercury Baypark Arena for the second period. Game 5, day 1. dsport trailing 15-6 against Auckland Rhinos. Great to have your company, Bevin, Jenkinson, camera and commentary, and everything else. There's Michael Barry trying to find his way past Hayden Barton Coots. Can't though. Gives it off to Peter Martin, and 10 seconds in the key is the call. Mihaka with it.
All the way.
Gives it off to Lafano, and he scores on the other court. It is 13 apiece. Be back in 1 second, folks. Need a 40. Sorry about that, folks. Just trying to help out. And big hit there from Hayden Barton Coates, which was Christopher Barry out, sorry. So it'll be turnover ball and Auckland in the corner. Lafano coming back to set up. After Barton Coates. Barton Coates gives it a big wave of his arms. And then 17-6. 7 minutes left in the second period. Rolson with a great tap on there. Finds Michael Barry. Fires a pass off to Peter Martin. And they score their 7th to this score. 17-7. Lafano. Off there to Levi Mihaka. Scores a try. 18-7. 6.5 minutes to go in the second period. Ball from Barry to Barry. Christopher then ends up with it. Now Michael. Arm coming in. Looking for the held ball. Doesn't get it. Michael Barry, hard pass out to his brother. 5 seconds left on the try clock. And it's held ball. Ball trapped in the middle there. And subs called for dsport as Tyler Jennings comes on court. Barton Coates gets that pass from Lafano. Two players who have played a lot together. Both Wheel Blacks and for Auckland. Lafano has it. And he's marked quite well there by Rolton and Barry. Hayden Barton Coates, though, gets around. 19-7, 6.5 minutes to go, second period. Jennings dribbles the ball a bit, reaching behind him to get it. Gets the pass off there to Michael Barry. Now Jennings. And it's a bit of a mistake there from Gavin Rolton, actually. Don't think he was aware where he was on court. He's gone strolling right off the court. Even had a wry smile on his face. Pleasant guy that Gavin is. He's generally has a good game face that he shows. Barton Coates penalises them for that mistake, 20-7. Just a score update in the Super Rugby if you'd like to know. And if you're a Blues supporter, it's good news. 30-14 winners over the Fijian Drua this afternoon. Good class from Jennings. Down to Barry. Michael Berry trying to force his way through. And it's an illegal use of hands called against Michael Berry. So it must have been a little turnover in there. Yes, it was. It was a turnover. Now Barton Coates gives it off to Mihaka. Mihaka scores. Jennings wearing plastic glasses. Actually, it's a plastic frame and plastic lenses. Kind of helps to see while you're playing sport. Barton Coates with the turnover. Does it easy. 22-7, 4 minutes 49. In the other court, behind where Gavin Rolton's just inbounded the ball. Canterbury Chargers 18. Waikato Stampedes 18 apiece. Halfway through the second period. As I say that, Canterbury's just hit the lead, 19-18. There's a fallen player in back play. Michael Berry just righting himself now. Lafonal gets around a few players, now back inside, down the middle of court. Scores, makes it 23-8. Well, down to Michael Berry. And good contact being shown there. Gets through though. 23-9. That's Tyler Jennings needing a wheel change. Sport was created in the 70s by a few Canadians. Originally called Moodaball, also the name of an Oscar-nominated documentary about the USA's progress to the 2004. Through to the 2004 Paralympics, as well as the 2006 World Championships. Those ones were held in Sydney. Sorry, not in Sydney, in Christchurch, actually. So the worlds that I attended. As Barton Coates gets the turnover. And gives it off to Lafonal. Because New Zealand won silver at the 2006 World Championships. But in their best performance on the world stage at the 2004 Paralympics in Athens, Greece, they won gold. One there from Michael Berry. Finds a good pass down to Jennings. Jennings fighting it around with Barton Coates. It goes just around the top of Mihaka's chair. 25-10, 3 minutes 23 left. Second period. Ball down to Mihaka. Collect it. Bit of an open court, although Michael Berry giving a good chase and a juggle. A juggle as the ball goes out. No try. The old commentator's curse coming into play here. So turnover with dsport and back in control. It's up over halfway. Gets around Barton Coots. Some help of Christopher Barry. Makes it 25-11. Inbound there. Oh, Jennings gets his hands in the way. Falls into Chris Barry's lap. Now back with Jennings. Back to Michael Barry. $25-11. Yeah, they couldn't get the turnover. It's working well for dsport Wellington there for a while. Until it wasn't. As Mihaka scores another. Bolton, one of the co-coaches of the Wheel Blacks, as well as a player. To Jennings. It's over halfway, but marked here by Barton Coots. Spins around and gets out of Barton Coots' way. Into the mid-court. And gets a little bit of help from Lafonal. Makes it 26-11. 26-12, sorry, 1:47 left. Barton Coots will call a timeout. Just couldn't get the pass away to anybody.
One time. Okay, nice.
They've decided, folks, that at half time I'll change the cameras over and hopefully that'll sort the issues that I've been having. One-man band, so unfortunately there will be some issues from time to time. Jenny. Nathaniel Tayeri give and go with Lafono. And now Mihaka down court. Jennings gives the ball off. Martin's there. Martin trying to reach. Gets over the top of Amy Dunn. Back with Peter Martin in the end. That ball could have ended up with anyone. Oh, big hit on Chris Barry, who's gone over. Try being scored though, 28-13. Just checking on Chris Barry to make sure he's okay. Player safety in every sport is paramount. Canterbury charges out to a 2-try advantage over Waikato on the other court, 23-21. Sorry, folks, took my eye off the ball there and you haven't missed anything. There's been a couple of equipment timeouts as well as the fallen player. Chris Barry calls on the inbound. There with Peter Martin. Bit of side wheel in and out, in and out. He goes. Hayden Barton gets in the way, gives it straight back to Peter Martin. Amy Dunn, who's on the court. Jennings gets around Barton Coates and scores 28-14. 26 seconds left. Levi Mihaka being told by his coach just to hold up. There's 12 seconds left in the period. Gives it off to Barton Coates. Just winding down the clock. The final. He will go over, make it 29-14. And that is half time. 29-14. Auckland Rhinos lead. dsport. All right, welcome back. Third period. Gives it off to Jennings. Sorry, just trying to straighten things out. And Jennings will open up the account for dsport. 29-15. 7 minutes 49 on the clock in the third period to go. And it was going to be a turnover, but Jennings gets it. Now it's a turnover. dsport, in the two games that they've played today, they've started the second half quite well. 29-16, the score. Auckland Rhinos still in front. Ball there to Lafono. Lafono gets some good side wheel, a little bit of a tap from Peter Martin. He will score. It's game a number of years since Tainafi Lafono. Chris Barry finding some support from Peter Martin. Peter Martin and Amy Dunn usually playing for DG Sport Waikato Stampede. And then 12-second violation. So you've got 12 seconds to get over halfway. And you can use the rest of the 40 to try and score a try. It's vital you get over halfway inside those first 12. Auckland ball.
Nice ball.
There with Lafono. Hayden Barton Coots being wrapped up by three dsport players. Gives it off to Mihaka. Levi Mihaka scores one of many today. 31-16. Just under 7 minutes to go. Score on the other court, 27-21. Currently the Canterbury Chargers leading Waikato Stampede. Jennings on this court here for dsport. Has it. Gets through a gap. And the gap's big enough. He scores that one. There with Darden Coots, flicks it over Lafono. Good passage of play. And good teamwork being shown. Jennings and Barry linking up well on the inbound there. And he gets around and try scored. There with the funnel from the inbound. And makes it look easy. Hey, Jai, I had it like checked about 3 times in the first period, so I knew. I knew. There with Jennings. He will race away. On mark, basically. Sometimes you see on occasions like that, the attacking team will just sit back and worry about defence. The try's pretty easily scored, but here with Lafono now, it's over to Barton Coates. HBC score one of many, 34-19, 5 minutes and 20 seconds left. There with Chris Barry, gets a good hit. You can see the video, the camera shaking. Jennings has it. And 12-second violation again. Second time in a couple of phases there. So it'll be Auckland ball from the side. Mihaka getting a bit of a push from Jennings. And he wins the race anyway. Can be a bit of drag race in wheelchair rugby. Sport that's played by people with, or predominantly played with people that have deficiency in 3 of 4 limbs, amputees or whichever. Martin has it. Martin having to reset again, gives it off to Jennings. We're over halfway though. Seconds to bounce or pass. Sometimes you can see players just completely forget about it. It goes through a good gap. It gets past Lafono. Makes it 35-20. The good old drag race there. Lafono wins. $36-20, midway through this third period. The Clinton Rhinos leading dsport from Wellington. Martin gets some support there from Chris Barry. Gets the ball over the top. Bit of a handed coming from Barton Coates. Jennings will win though. Gets the ball collectively and scores. Mihaka to Lafono. Was trained as a physiotherapist at some point in his life. And gets a little bit of attack here. And it's a spin bell on Amy Dunn. Leave it. Don't have the Lafono looking a bit sheepish as he got up there. Getting a good old tap just close to the line. Referee's time being called just to check on whether this is going to be a common foul for the spin or possibly a flagrant. Common foul, you sit there for either a try from the opposition or a minute in time. If it's a flagrant, it is a flagrant being called. So this is one of the less common fouls called in wheelchair rugby. Flagrant call. It's the more dangerous of them. So it's 3 tries or 3 minutes or 3 1-minute periods. But because there's a penalty try being awarded there, it's cancels one of those out. So she's now there for 2 tries or 2 minutes.
Very good commentator.
Oh, it's complicating it though.
No, it's good. Hey, it's good.
There with Jennings. Jennings fires it down court to Peter Martin. Flings it back to Jennings. Teaming up well, these two. Jennings from the Hawke's Bay. Peter Martin from just outside of Hamilton. Martin gets the ball back. Losing a bit more of that time, and it's loose. No try. Must have full possession as you cross the try line. There with Barton Coates. He scores a try, 38-21, 3 minutes and 7 seconds left in the third period. There with Lafano with a turnover. It's a bit more casual here. As he crashes over, and it'll bring Amy Dunn back on, having served her time in the penalty box. It's just another referee's time being called. It's a time where the referees can just stop play and make sure the right decision's been called. There with Jennings. Jennings on the right side of the court. Goes through. Bit of side wheel action coming in. Barton Coots gets his hands in the way though. And they're knocked out of court. Still be with dsport. Now Lafano. Gets around a couple of players from dsport Wellington. Creates another try. 40-21, 2 minutes 24 left on the clock, third period. Jennings with ball in hand. Now pops it over with Michael Barry hanging high. And Barton Cooks trying to go through and interrupt. Can't. 40-22, 2 minutes 12 on the clock. Now with Lafano, big thanks to the Festival of Disability Sport sponsor, McFall Fuel, as there's a timeout called. Proudly supporting our communities is McFall Fuel motto. New Zealand Wheelchair Rugby would like to thank these companies for their great support and help with the game. Melrose supplies chairs and gear. Lynn River, who supplies the gloves, DG Sport with uniform, and Dylan's Creative with the social media side. Now with Auckland, Lapono has it. Good wacky do there on Barton Coots. Winding down the clock here. And nice and good passage of play. Mihaka goes over backwards. Score a try in wheelchair rugby. You've got to get at least 2 wheels over the baseline. Doesn't matter how you do it, forwards, backwards, sideways, or acceptable. Martin to Michael Barry in the number 1 jersey. Lapono giving good chase on defence. Barry spins around him. Jennings and Barton Coots fights over it. And Barton Coots causes another turnover. 42-22. 1 minute 18 left on the clock. Third period. Here at the Mercury Baypark Arena. WRC 1, day 1, game 5 action. Michael Barry down court. Just got to get over halfway. Doesn't quite play on as the call. No whistle as Tyler Jennings picks it up. Later the whistle, as they say. Michael Barry in a bit of a drag race with HBC. Ducks inside Mihaka. He scores. Barton Coots with those long-ranging arms he's got. Gives it off to Lapono. Oh. Down court, intercepted here from Michael Barry. Gives it off. Good wacky do. Collision coming in. And dsport score. Back-to-back tries. 42-24. 25 seconds left, third period. Lapono, coming from Auckland coach Jai White. He can score once with 8 seconds left on the try clock. And they do. 5 seconds left. 24-43 the score. Long ball, and it's not going to be touched. So, ball resume all the way back down the other end of the court. As it wasn't touched, so it's down the other end from where it was supposed to be inbounded to. Lapono with the inbounds. Mihaka finding a big hole. Gets through it. Good spotting there from Mihaka. That is the end of the third period. It is Auckland Rhinos leading 44 over dsport from Wellington 24. All right, 1 period left. In this one, 44-24, Auckland Rhinos are currently leading. The dsport Wellington over in the other court, 36-27. Canterbury Chargers gone out to a good lead against DG Sport Waikato Stampedes. There's Tanapi Lapono. Opens up the scoring. Martin off to Jennings. Bit of side wheel action as Barton Coots gets in the way of it. And it will still be with dsport. Great to have your company. If you've tuned in for all three games that have been live streamed by myself, Bevin Jenkinson of Bev's Broadcasting, or if it's just this one that you're watching. More action tomorrow coming from Mercury Baypark Arena on day 2 from 10 o'clock. There's a ball down to Mihaka. Mihaka will crash over. 46-24. 7:23 left. Bit of side action from Lapono. Jumping up and down in the chair with a bit of contact. Full contact sport. A little low pass from Jennings to Michael Barry. 46-25. Levi Mihaka getting marked there from Michael Barry. Good ranking do. And Levi Mihaka wins that one. 47-25. Some good comments coming from the Auckland bench in front of me here. Tyler Jennings with ball. And it's gone out, so it'll still be with Auckland. Mihaka finding his options. Finds Lapono. The great pass. Found the mark. Barton Coots getting around Jennings. Gets around Martin. One-handed pass to Mihaka. Goes bang bang. 48-25. 6 minutes 13 left in this match. There with Michael Barry. Gives it on to Jennings. And he will take one back for dsport. Barton Coots in the middle of the court, going hard. Now with Lapono. Referee's time is Hunter Crow there, just to the bottom right of screen, fixing the cone. The cone's being used by New Zealand Wheelchair Rugby. Now with the give and go. Rolton and Jennings teaming up. Oh, tries to get through and can't. Lapono and Barton Coots marking well. And there's an illegal player leaving the court. So it's a penalty try. 49-26. 5 minutes 20 left in this one. Mihaka, ball over the top to Lapono. And timeout called by Barton Coots. Just a little bit worried about the time getting over halfway. dsport asking for some subs. Hammy Dunn coming on for Peter Martin. Hayden Barton Coots with a bit of talk out there, asking for another flagrant. Hammy Dunn already been guilty of that today. Oh, and turnover here for Jennings. Scores Hayden Barton Coots and back play having a discussion with John Corson about what could have, should have, and would have happened. It's the referee's time. What's happening there? Hayden Barton Coots, one of the big characters of New Zealand wheelchair rugby. Big smile on his face on the front page of the WRC program that was taken at the Bash Fights. 28 and a half century comes up to the Auckland Rhinos. Here with Michael Barry. Now, he's still with Michael Barry. Sorry, I was losing track of who had the ball there. Long 50, 29, 4 minutes 30 left in this match. dsport getting a good turnover there. Bringing up the 30 for dsport now, 50 to 30. Been interrupted with injuries and illness. dsport just hasn't quite clicked for them today. Great to have them though. There's Lafono. Trail over. 51-30, 4 minutes and 9 seconds left. I thought that might be a give and go with Rolton and Barry, but no. Michael Barry goes south. Bit of a Hail Mary pass and Jennings picks it up. Gets over. Ball doesn't necessarily need to be in your lap as long as it's in your possession and not grounded. Try can be scored that way. 51-31. As Levi Mihaka goes around. (52-31), 3 minutes 42. Last period, game 5, WRC 1, day 1 action. Jennings looking at options, fires it down to Michael Barry. He scores with 4 seconds left on the clock. On the try clock. 52-32. 3 minutes 13. 3 minutes 17 left. Lafono gets the ball down to Barton Coots. Bit of a wacky do. It's Mihaka getting the pass. 53-32. dsport playing this one well to the end. Now Michael Barry looking at some options. Barton Coots, good slam. In. Loose ball. Jennings gets it away though. Rolton gives it back to him. Gets down low, uses his body well, does Jennings, a high pointer. On the score, make it 53-33, 20-point ball game. Barton Coots, long ball down to Mihaka. And Michael Barry getting his arms in the way there. And rips nothing but ball, knocks it out of play. Even though dsport don't get the ball back, it just slows down play a little bit more and lets them restructure on defence. Mihaka trying to find Tairi. It's back on court. Down to Lafono. Ball up over to Mihaka. Rolton on him. dsport finding a hole. No try. Out of court. So no try. You've got to score a try in wheelchair rugby between the two cones at each end. If you hit them or, nudge them out of the way, it's no try, as that one was called. Rolton. Inbounded to Michael Barry. And over and back. So again, once you enter your team's front court, you can't go back. It's like it is in basketball. So Eddie and Lafono with a give and go. It's winding down this clock. 1 minute 45 on the game clock. 20 seconds left on the try clock. And Mihaka gives it a good couple of pushes. Scores, takes it back to a 21-point ball game. 54-33. 1 minute 34 left on the clock. Michael Barry pushes through a gap. There's Barton Coots with him. Barton Coots just uses his long levers to get in the way of the pass. Barry ends up with it. And no try. Barton Coots has pushed Barry into the cone there. Exactly what's happened down at the end closest to me. To Auckland. 1 minute 10 left. Over on the other court in the last period. 42-31, Canterbury Chargers blowing out to a good lead there. There's Lafono. Jai White, the Auckland coach in the background, just saying run the clock down. There's dsport trying to disrupt. They can't. Lafono now. Back to Barton Coots. Barton Coots on Amy Dunn. Just pushes her out of the way. The size and strength of the man. $55-33. 34 seconds left. Now Jennings. And it's stripped out of Barton Coots' hands. Good. Equipment called here. Maybe done. Looks as though it's a tyre replacement that's needed. One of the great things about wheelchair rugby is the community we have in the sport. And you can see there just to the right, one of the Auckland support staff helping out as well. Often happens and is often needed as well when someone like dsport have only got really one person in support. Other teams will help them out when where necessary and possible. $55-33, 22 seconds left. Auckland Rhinos looking to go 3-0 to start the WRC competition. One more game for them to play. Michael Barry goes through. 15 seconds left. 55-34. It's touched there by Michael Barry, looking to get another one. And he does. 11 seconds on the clock. Clock doesn't start till it's touched on court. And Jennings gets some good defence on him. As Levi Mihaka reaches behind him and takes it 55-35, 1 second to play. A little bit of discipline creeping in there, very late in the piece. Whistle hadn't gone. So an illegal inbound. 56-35. Full touch and no try. This is a come off the wheel of Levi Mihaka. Still time to play.
How long is it?
Robson to Jennings. And that'll be the game. Auckland Rhinos have taken this one out. They go 3-0 to start WRC 1 on day one. They've won this one 56 over dsport 35. That's it here from Mercury Baypark Arena for day one of WRC 1. Big thanks for all of you who've tuned in and been a bit patient with the technology issues. I believe given that half-time break and swapping cameras over, and it's sorted. But we'll be back 10 o'clock tomorrow, same venue, day 2 of WRC 1. And then at 1 o'clock, and then the second game of day 2 at 1 p.m. The links for those games will be up a bit later on tonight, just when I get back to my accommodation and have a shower and everything. We'll post those up. Easiest way to catch them though, folks, if you do forget, just go over and like the New Zealand Wheelchair Rugby Facebook page. Not the page that was called the Wheel Blacks. That one's defunct. The new one is New Zealand Wheelchair Rugby. So give that one a follow and a like, or go over to Best Broadcasting, do the same thing. Anyway, thank you for your attention today and your viewership. Ka kite anō, folks.